Numerous reports are coming in that TikTok, the fastest growing social media giant, has been banning Christians from its platform. Are these serious allegations true? And if so, what could be the dark agenda behind it? Is there evidence that the app is being used to corrupt young minds with destructive content? In this video, all of this will be exposed. Now, for those of you who don't know, TikTok is the fastest growing video platform and social media giant. It has been growing more rapidly than YouTube, Instagram, and has even overtaken Facebook as the most downloaded app with over 3 billion users. And its audience was primarily kids and teens. But now, even adults are into it. It's really becoming a force that will influence the minds of this generation and generations to come. Whether you like it or not, so many people are on it now and using it, and it's just changing the way people consume content and how we think. And so, of course, we wanted to share content about God on there. And in a recent video, we mentioned how we were creating content. And then suddenly, we noticed something happening with our TikTok account. You see, our videos were getting several 100,000 and even millions of views on the app. And then suddenly, overnight, with the flip of a switch, we would upload a video and all of a sudden it would barely even reach 1,000. And, considering how many followers we had, we thought something was broken. I mean, we were only creating inspirational content about God. It's not even controversial. And so certainly, we weren't shadow banned, right? I mean, we were just posting encouraging biblical content. And so, we thought that maybe there was some mistake, because this was so abrupt. And when we spoke out about what happened with us, several other Christian content creators mentioned that they too were at around the same time as us suddenly shadow banned. And so we started to look into that. And what we found was deeply troubling.
But anyway, I've had a couple people tell me that I might be shadow banned for some reason. I do post Christian content, and I've heard that Christians have been shadow banned a lot lately. So if this shows up on your For You page, please leave a like. Let me know.
Guys, 16. I have almost 58,000 followers, and all I can get is 16 people to see my videos. Well, follow me on Instagram. That's where the fun happens.
TikTok hates the gospel. Here's the proof. I just got off a live stream where I was preaching the Bible and the gospel, and sure enough, it was banned for community guidelines because talking about Jesus, the rapture in Israel, was just too much for them.
So I've not been doing a lot on TikTok lately, simply for the fact that they've just been taking away hundreds of my followers, and they shadow banned my account. I kept getting blocked.
Well, looks like TikTok is targeting and censoring Christians. They banned my account today, and I am no longer able to post. If you've ever seen my content, you would know that all I do is post encouraging Christian content. I preach the gospel of Jesus to 1.2 million people every single day. It looks like there is an agenda at play here. Of all the crazy, horrendous things that TikTok allows on their app, they refuse to allow my Christian content. Nice.
According to TikTok, Bible studies and Jesus are now considered hate speech. The reason I have been posting in the past 2 weeks is because I've been banned, as you can see here. And one of the videos that I was banned for was about a Bible study. It was considered hate speech. But if people are burning Bibles, then it's freedom of expression. And if girls want to stick their booties in the air, then it's dancing.
And so these are just a few commenters here. We are seeing reports about this from all over, so many coming in. And some are even saying that they will get views on some videos, but if they post a video that mentions Jesus or something about God, then that video will get 0 views. Almost as if perhaps it's the name of Jesus or something in the name or title that triggers the shadow ban if it's about God. And so whatever's going on, there's a very sophisticated algorithm at work here. As you can see, many people have been posting to blogs and news organizations speaking about this clear shadow banning. And so many are saying that they have been banned.
I have been permanently banned on TikTok.
And the majority are reporting some type of shadow ban. And a shadow ban basically just means that instead of TikTok openly banning you, they make it so that your content is never shared across the platform. So basically the only views that you will get will come from, those who already are following you, who decide to actively visit your profile. So essentially, with shadow banning, it shuts you out of its global community and places you in a corner off to yourself. Sam here was a very fast growing Christian creator there. You see how many followers he has, and look at the number of views he was getting. And then when the shadow ban went into effect, he posts something and less than 2% of his audience is now seeing it. You see the differences in the numbers here. And he's only getting 2% of views now because these are the people who are actually deciding to just, visit his profile. But if he puts out a video, there's no way it's alerting his followers, and it definitely isn't going out to people who aren't already his followers. So they basically put him in a corner. That's what they're doing. That's what we're saying. We received a message from a TikTok account called Apostolic Church, and they wrote this: "Now with over 100,000 subs, I barely reach over 1,000 views." And this creator was reaching millions, hundreds of thousands per video, and then all of a sudden the shadow ban went into effect. And you can see here how it affected his channel. He was getting all those views, and now he posts something and he barely reaches 1,000. You see, this is what TikTok is doing to Christians all across its platform. This seemingly has also affected Bible Project. And, I remember when we discovered that they were now on the platform, we were all so excited because we know that, they create amazing videos, and we knew that they would bring positive, high quality, biblical content to TikTok. And that's what happened. As soon as they uploaded their first video, as you would expect, it reached thousands of viewers. Then they uploaded their next video, hundreds of thousands of viewers. The next video, thousands and thousands of views. It was one of the most rapidly increasing TikTok channels. But whoever owns TikTok apparently caught wind of that. And the next thing you know, with the flip of a switch, the Bible Project was barely able to reach even a few thousand views per video. And they were really only able to get 1,000 views on a video was because a small percentage of their followers would just actively search for their profile and watch it. But their well-made videos all of a sudden stopped being suggested to their followers or anyone else. So seemingly, even the Bible Project was essentially shadow banned. You see, when TikTok was created, chances are they did not anticipate so many people would be interested in content about God. Hashtag Christian TikTok became one of its fastest growing communities. And with what we are now seeing, it makes you think that perhaps they didn't like that. Perhaps they then devised a way to secretly put an end to it through shadow banning. You see? Basically, TikTok has created a system where now Christian creators are isolated from its global community and are only able to interact with and reach each other. And friends, if that is not the essence of segregationist prejudice and bigotry, I don't know what else is. This is not good for TikTok. Now, I will say that it is possible that there were perhaps some creators who were calling themselves Christians who were sharing dangerous and hateful content. So that's possible. And perhaps TikTok responded to that by banning Christians in general. But that's not the way to handle it. Because Christian accounts like ours and many others have clearly been affected by this shadow ban as well. And we just create inspiring content about God and Bible studies. And so when you punish an entire group for the actions of a few, it just comes off as discrimination. Now, it is important to note that they aren't censoring all spiritual content. This sort of thing seems to be focused towards Christ-centered content, because there is certain religious and spiritual content that TikTok not only allows on the platform, but actively promotes. On their main page, where they show you things that are trending that they really want you to engage in, you will often see videos about horoscopes, videos about tarot card readings. And then they now have this new thing called Witch Talk, which invites its users to check out witchcraft. And you know, all of these are a form of spirituality. And so we want to be clear. What we are seeing is not a shadow ban of just anything spiritual, because that type of spirituality is often not only allowed, but often promoted. No, what we are seeing with this recent banning is an intolerance regarding Christianity on the platform. And so we wanted to even test out a feature that they have where you can actually pay to have your content promoted. We just wanted to see that if it was possible to even pay to promote something about God. So we sent in $40, and all of the videos that we selected to be promoted were denied approval. All of them. And they were just inspiring videos about God. So seemingly, you can't even pay TikTok to promote faith-based content. Now, of course, not all Christian creators are being banned from the platform. You know, many of the celebrity ones are still on there and reaching people. Because, of course, you know, if they just banned everyone, that would be too obvious. But regular, everyday people, you know, just sharing about God, they are who we are seeing being either straight up banned or shadow banned. But these things are now coming into the light, and we will not stand for bigotry of any kind. And so you have to wonder, why is it that TikTok would suppress Christian content, but yet actively promote other types of spirituality? What is it about Christianity that isn't worthy of acceptance? Is there a dark agenda at work here? Well, that's what we began looking into. And that led to something even more disturbing. In researching how TikTok works with its algorithms and how it sends content to its users to be consumed, a dark situation regarding young minds was uncovered. You see, when a user first gets TikTok, they are encouraged to press the like button on the very first videos that pop up. And once they hit that like button, well, then TikTok will feed that user videos that they think that user wants to see. Now, if you were the typical 13-year-old boy and you log on to TikTok and a pretty girl shows up on your phone and they're saying, do you want to see more of this? Just hit that like button. What are you going to do? Man, you're going to smash that like button. And as soon as they do that, as soon as they hit the like button on that video of the girl, this is the disturbing experience your child will have on TikTok. As they scroll, countless girls will appear, wearing hardly any clothes, dancing sexually to get views. The boys, they like it, and they're drawn in, and the girls will do it because they are now being rewarded with attention and illusion of fame. But it doesn't end there. You see, many porn stars have gotten wise to this system. And so they are now creating accounts that appear on the TikTok feed. And so when the young boy sees the video pop up and visit that porn star's profile on TikTok, they are able to, with the click of a link, visit a porn site. That is what is happening all over TikTok, 24/7 to our kids. Oh, you see, here's another one. And when you click on her profile, there's the porn link. Look, I thank God that I am not a kid growing up in this generation. Because when I was a kid, you would have to stealthily search to find something pornographic or some magazines or something. You would have to actually look for it, right? But now, a kid goes to TikTok, an attractive model appears on his feed, he clicks the link on her profile, and is taken instantly to a porn site. You see, now your kids don't even have to search for porn. On TikTok, it's searching for them. This has to be shared with every parent in the world. Look, we have to share this. And here's the thing, and even if your kid doesn't visit the porn link, well, they are still lured onto the pages right on TikTok that are still filled with half-naked girls. And look at the views on these videos, millions and millions of views here, and a big number of those views are from young people. And TikTok is just allowing this to thrive right here freely on the platform. But yet it's Christianity that's worthy of a shadow ban. You see now you see why people are wondering if there is some dark agenda behind all of this. Remember about a year ago when Trump was very suspicious about TikTok? I mean, because he knew it was developed by a foreign nation, and he and his officials suspected that it might be used by this foreign nation to spy on Americans, to somehow weaken us, right? Remember, they said that it was a huge national threat, and Trump was in talks to have TikTok banned. Remember? Well, I think Trump was onto something with that. I really do. I think he was onto something. However, it seems that perhaps the biggest threat with TikTok was not so much about spying on us. Perhaps the biggest threat was not so much about trying to hack or software. No, no. Perhaps the real and more dangerous threat is mind control. Because think about it. If you really want to threaten a nation in the 21st century, you don't really have to hack them. You really don't even need guns. You don't need ammo. No, in the 21st century, if you want to become a superpower and to cripple the nations around you, it's really quite simple. Look, this is all you do. You create an app that rottens the minds of the surrounding nation's youth while protecting your own people from that app. And in a couple of decades, the nations that have been immersed into that app will crumble. And then you will be the world superpower. That is 21st century warfare. So, is that what's happening with TikTok? Well, look, we are not in the position to just accuse someone of something like that. But you see why many are having this conversation. Because when you clearly see TikTok deliberately removing content that is moral and faith-based and actively pushing content that is vile and corrupting, it comes off as a deliberate attack on the minds of our nations. Because once you have corrupted the minds, you have corrupted the nations. And so an app like TikTok would really be the perfect tool for a foreign nation to control the minds of our youth. I mean, look, our kids are immersed into it and they aren't learning values on it. No, we see how those are being suppressed, but they are being influenced with sensuality, with filth and content to dumb them down. Basically making them ineffective, depressed, and unable to overcome the addictions that TikTok has lured them into. And that, my friends, that is perhaps the most destructive thing to a nation's future in the 21st century. Because once you get a people to abandon their values and you feed them things that make them addicted and depressed, you won't need artillery. Those people will destroy themselves. Just give them a decade. And so, if that is what's happening, who is the enemy behind it? Well, Scripture alludes to who exactly the enemy is. The dragon. It says in the end times, the dragon, which is a symbol for Satan, will be against those who love God. So ultimately, Satan is the enemy who is behind any prejudice towards those who love God. And so we must remember that. And regarding TikTok, what can we do? Well, here's where we can start. Number one, forward this video to news outlets. If there are any news outlets that you believe would be interested in exposing this because they see the importance of it, forward this video to them, email it to them. If you know anyone, get it in their hands so that they can catch wind of this and be a part of the exposing of this as well. People need to know about it. Let the news be a part of that exposing. Number two, and this is huge, you need to go to TikTok's Twitter accounts. Okay? Go to their Twitter accounts and respond on their recent post and ask them why they are segregating Christian creators and shadow banning us in such a prejudiced way. And link them to this video while you're at it. Let them see that we clearly have evidence this is happening. And of course, there are other action steps we could explore. But for now, let's just focus on these and share in the comments your ideas on how to spread the word about this injustice towards people of faith. Look, at the very least, what we want is for TikTok to change. Believers and people of faith should be able to express themselves and be featured on this rapidly growing platform just as much as any other group. And people of faith certainly should not be shadow banned for sharing the gospel. It just isn't right. It's prejudiced and it's bigotry. Plain and simple. And until that changes, until they come out and release a statement on their plans to correct this, and until they somehow clean up this algorithm that entices young people to follow porn stars, we are going to continue to share this video and sound the alarm on this to everyone we can. Every parent needs to know what is going on with TikTok, because it is literally the biggest force influencing the minds of our future. Now is our chance to demonstrate that just as it is not okay to discriminate against someone's race, it is equally not okay to discriminate against people of faith. We won't stand for it, and we will be heard. Never again should any company do what TikTok has done.